Hello, this is Henry Halladay, and I want to welcome you to a special edition of the Learn program. This is episode number 17, and it's unlike anything we've done before. For the first time, this episode was written entirely by artificial intelligence. Now, I'll be delivering it, but the underlying script was developed using an advanced language modeling technology. The system was trained on prior episodes of the show, allowing it to understand and reflect my tone, pacing, and subject focus. We thought this would be a perfect experiment for a technology update and review, like this show. Now we'll see how artificial intelligence can assist in producing an episode of its own. I'll let you be the judge of how well it does. Let's begin with a quick review. Driverless vehicles. Waymo's autonomous ride-hailing service has expanded into a new metro area, making a significant step towards public normalization. Riders can now summon driverless vehicles through a familiar app interface without any safety operator present. Meanwhile, Tesla has initiated supervised robotaxi trials in a separate market. Early ride data shows smooth, basic navigation, but hesitations in edge case scenarios and consistent handoffs have prompted quiet regulatory review. Artificial intelligence. On the industrial front, AI continues to advance factory automation, particularly on through conveyor systems using predictive load balancing and collaborative robots that respond to voice commands. These systems are showing increased efficiency and better safety outcomes. On the consumer side, generative AI tools are becoming commonplace in office workflows, education, and content creation, even writing parliamentary scripts. Cryptocurrency. Regulatory framework overseas are solidifying with a new legal recognition of crypto assets in certain economics. This is giving rise to a more stable institutional participation and improved compliance pathways. In parallel, blockchain technology is becoming embedded in enterprise systems for supply chain verification, identity management, and automated contract execution. While volatility remains, infrastructure adoption continues quietly in the background. Medical technology. Hospitals in both urban and rural regions are now deploying AI-assisted diagnostics across imaging, cardiology, and emergency triage. These systems are improving detection accuracy and reducing time to intervention in several clinical areas. However, widespread backlogs in critical care, particularly for surgical and ICU procedures, persist in many global health systems. The mismatch between diagnostic advancement and treatment capacity is becoming a defining issue. Automation and logistics. Warehouse robotics are growing sophisticated with multitasking machines handling picking, sorting, and packing with minimal human input. Magnetic levitation conveyors and AI routing software are enabling smoother inventory routes across low-density corridors, often during overnight hours, as companies evaluate full-scale deployment. Together, these shifts are beginning to redefine how goods move from port to package. Now, let's take a deeper look into some of these developments. Driverless cars. Waymo's officially expanded its fully autonomous ride-hailing service to another major U.S. city, marking a clear shift from controlled pilot program to public-facing deployment. Working abroad, in particular with Uber, Waymo is offering ride with no human driver and safety monitoring aboard. Rides requesting these autonomous vehicles just as they would a traditional ride-sharing and are transferred entirely by a combination of LiDAR, high-definition mapping, machine learning, and computer vision. The system handles acceleration, braking, navigation, and rider interaction with no human intervention. The rollout covers a sizable urban area and includes dense traffic corridors, which suggests that growing confidence in the system's ability to handle real-world complexity. Routes avoid intersection, pedestrians, cyclists, construction zones, and all. Feedback from passengers has been generally positive, citing smooth operation and surprisingly natural decision-making in traffic. This is a notable benchmark. Driverless transportation is moving beyond demonstration and into actual utility. Meanwhile, Tesla has launched a more limited and supervised robo-taxi trial in a separate market. Unlike Waymo, Tesla's vehicles currently operate with monitoring protocols in place, and human oversight remains part of the process. The cars are running basic point-to-point routes and demonstrating competence in consistent, low-stress environments. However, users submitted reports that highlight a few growing pains: cautious and abrupt braking, hesitation and unpredictable left turns, and difficulty in merging with multi-lane traffic. These behaviors aren't catastrophic, but they are enough to prompt scrutiny from regulators and raise questions about readiness for unsupervised deployment. From a broader perspective, what we're seeing is a divergence in tech strategy. One company is proposing full autonomy with strict geofencing and deep technical redundancy, while another is aiming for scalability by incrementally refining general-purpose systems. Both approaches have merit, but both still face unresolved challenges. I guess we'll wait to see what happens next. Artificial intelligence and automation. In factory settings, collaborative robots, often called cobots, are now responding to voice commands from nearby workers. This development reduces reliance on touchscreens, manual controls, and external programming, allowing for more immediate task execution. The result is fewer interruptions, smoother workflows, and improved human-machine coordination. In the warehouse environment, artificial intelligence is guiding conveyor systems that rely on predictive algorithms and, in some cases, magnetic levitation. These systems increase throughput and reduce mechanical strain. Maintenance demands drop and accuracy improves, particularly during high-volume operations. Outside of industrial use, AI continues to find its way into everyday routines. Tools for drafting documents, transcribing speech, translating languages, and managing schedules are becoming more refined and widely used. Most functions in the background integrated into devices and platforms people already rely on. As I mentioned at the beginning, this entire episode was written with the assistance of artificial intelligence, trained specifically to match the tone and structure of the program and my personal voice and style. Cryptocurrency. Recently, a South Asian nation formally legalized the use and trade of digital assets under a national regulatory framework. The new policy outlines licensing requirements, exchange oversight, and taxation guidelines. It's part of a broader shift underway across Asia and parts of Latin America, where governments are beginning to integrate crypto markets into official financial systems rather than leaving them in legal limbo. In the enterprise sector, blockchain adoption continues quietly. It's being used not as speculation, but for verification, inventory control, asset tracking, timestamp contract execution, and identity assurance. These applications don't generate headlines, but they do represent a slow structural embedding of distributed ledger systems into daily business operations. At the same time, token values remain volatile. Regulatory ambiguity still discourages large-scale institutional participation in many countries. In the United States, the timeline for a central program is under discussion. Medical technology. Artificial intelligence is now in active use across growing numbers of hospital systems, in particular in the area of diagnostic imaging. Software tools are assisting physicians in the analysis of CT scans, MRIs, and live telemetry feeds. These systems are trained to recognize subtle patterns that may be indicative of early signs of disease, often before they are visible by the human eye. Accuracy rates are improved, especially in cardiovascular screening and in neurological diagnostics. In some facilities, AI is also being used for proprietary cases, helping to direct physicians' attention in high-risk patients in real time. While this does not replace clinical judgment, it does offer a supplemental layer of decision support, especially in high-volume environments. However, even with these tools in place, hospital systems globally continue to experience strain. In parts of the Asian-Pacific region, recent data shows average wait times exceeding 6 weeks for procedures that require intensive care and unit recovery. Similar bottlenecks are reported in urban centers in Europe and North America. Artificial intelligence may improve workflow, but that does not add staff, expand facilities, or reduce the time needed for complex cases. In this case, it's a tool, useful but not real comprehensive. Logistics and freight automation. Automation in trucks is becoming a regular feature on long-distance shipping routes, especially in the southern and western United States. These vehicles are equipped with cameras, radar, GPS, tracking, and artificial intelligence that allows them to travel safely with little or no human involvement. In most cases, a safety operator still monitors the systems remotely, but the trucks are now carrying real freight over real distances and actual delivery schedules. This is not a future test. It's already happening. At the same time, warehouse operations are changing rapidly. Inside many large distribution centers, guided vehicles are moving goods between loading areas, packing stations, and storage racks. Robotic arms are scanning items, placing them into bins, and preparing them for shipment. These systems are designed to work with speed and consistency. They don't take breaks, and they don't need retraining. For companies managing high-volume orders, these systems offer a clear advantage: more predictive output, fewer mistakes, and lower labor demands. Some retailers report faster order processing and improved delivery timing without the need for expanded staffing. But this shift isn't just about speed, it's about control. Automated systems don't call in sick. They don't get tired. They run all day, every day, without interruption. Altogether, these changes are creating a new kind of logistics network, one that moves goods faster with fewer people. Finally, let's get some final thoughts. The story of technology is one right now of steady movement. Driverless cars are on the road, AI has become a part of everyday life, crypto is gaining structure, medical tools are getting sharper, and logistics are running faster, with fewer people in the loop. The tools may change, but goals remain the same: sound thinking, careful testing, responsible use. Well, that just about wraps up this episode of Learn, Learn, Learn. So, how did AI do? Did it capture the tone of the show? A fun change of pace, and perhaps one we'll try again soon. I'm Henry Halladay, and I'll see you on the next podcast. Always keep learning. Bye for now.